Hi everyone, welcome to the third and final part of the Journey to Sunnyland colour along that we've been doing. So I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Your comments are really nice. Thank you so much for talking to me and letting me know what you thought about it. And I'm just going to go through some of those comments now and see what you've advised that we do with the butterflies. So I'm just looking through the comments here. We've got J. Wam that says maybe some bright colours on the butterflies, yellow, reds or purples. Lilac and pink, so that's another sort of purpley one, so let's keep that in mind. Maybe some contrast nice on the butterflies, pinks and purples. So yeah, I'm thinking pink and purple so far is the main colours. So that I think that's most of the comments. Somebody says here, oh, it's low, says pick tones that tie in with this natural colouring. Pinks and purples would clash with the colours that you chose unless they were the soft tones of those colours. So that's something to keep in mind, definitely. Because we've got such a neutral, earthy kind of palette, we don't want to then slam a load of bright hot pinks and rich purples in there because it's just going to look a bit too jarring. So we want to keep it nice and, what's the word I'm looking for? Nice and subtle, I think. So pinks and purples, but in their more desaturated shades. So something that's not as bright. So let's have a look at what I've got here then. I've taken my Prismacolor pencil case into the other room. So at the moment, I'm just in my spares drawer looking at what we've got. So let me get a little bit of paper and we can see what we want to do. Okay, I've got some paper here. So let's try a few colours then. So obviously we've got the lilac from the Prismacolor, which is, it is quite vibrant actually, the lilac. So it may not work. Let's see what we've got that's a little bit more subtle. I know there's the amethyst, that's in my other pencil case. The amethyst and the orchid are a little more. In fact, I'll go and get them because I'm never going to settle unless I check them out and see what they're like. Right, okay, so these are the two new Prismacolors, the Amethyst and the Orchid. So if we put the Amethyst next to the Lilac, it's a very subtle difference, but this is not as vibrant, not as red as this. It's definitely got a bit more blue in it. And then there's the Orchid as well, which is more of a pinky toned colour, but again, it's not quite as bright as the lavender. You see, so these two are quite vibrant. These two are a little bit more pared back. So we could probably do something with those two new colours. They're a little bit more vintage looking, I suppose. What else have we got here? So there's a Deco Pink. Let's try this. That's quite subtle. I mean, I don't really want to go down the clay roses and the rosy beige because I think they're just a little bit too muted and desaturated for this. I think we want to keep some colour in there. Let's see what else. We've got Pink Rose, which again is definitely vintage. I think this might go really well with these two colours. So if we have, let's just do these at the same time. So if we've got these two and then this one, that would make quite a nice palette, wouldn't it? Because it's not too out there, it's not too in your face. So I'll put the Deco Pink back. And I think we make some nice blends with that as well. Shall we give it a go with those colours and then just see how we go? I'm going to zoom you in and move across a little bit. There we are. And then we'll just get started with this. I've not got any real plan for it. Let's see then. So if I start with the Amethyst and just go here in this very corner. And it might be nice to do the blend as we go into the spiral. So I'll move from the amethyst to the orchid. And then go over it with the pink rose. And I think that would come out here. It's a bit strange because the spiral doesn't go around the right way. So we'll just do our best. And then the orchid again. And then we'll blend it in to the first colour, the amethyst. So that is looking quite subtle, isn't it? I think that's what we want really. We don't want something that's too in your face. Just thinking now what I can do about the kind of outer edges. Somebody mentioned yellow, didn't they? Pink, purple and yellow. Might be nice to bring in some yellow here. So let's see what we've got. So let's see, what's this one? Here's some lemon yellow, which is really bright and vibrant, so may not be what we're looking for. We've also got cream, which is definitely more on this kind of palette. So I'll leave the cream out. Have we got the deco yellow in here? Don't think so. I should have gone and got my pencil case properly, shouldn't I? Don't think there's a deco yellow. Another, oh, that's eggshell. Yeah, that's not the right shade. Have I got another? Got plenty of lemon yellow. Never got the yellow that I'm looking for. Oh, here we go. I've got a little tiny baby deco yellow. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's definitely a lot less vibrant, isn't it? I think maybe if we do some deco yellow blending into some cream, that might be nice with this palette here. So let's take that deco yellow and do some of the details on the inside. I think this one is overlapping, isn't it? So we'll start our deco yellow from down here. Might be nice even to put some clear glitter on top of this, just to give it a bit of extra pizzazz, because it is so muted. And maybe if we put some white pen over that, we could sort of make it look a little bit like a shiny shell. So with the cream, just coming in to do the rest. This is quite out of my comfort zone because, as you know, I'm a very vibrant colourist. I like to use bold, contrasting colours and lots of vibrance. So when it comes to this more subtle technique, I often think it doesn't look wow enough, you know. So I tend to shy away from these softer colours. Bring that deco yellow up a little bit more. And it might be like I said, it might be nice to have maybe some gel pen dots on there, something that's just adds that extra little bit of sparkle to it. And then I think we'll get started on the other wing so that we can make them the same. So I'm going to start here this time with the Amethyst. And I am pressing quite hard because I do like to burnish blend rather quickly. I'm not a layery person, or at least I'm not usually, unless I'm using polychromos or a pencil like that that's a bit harder and requires layers. I'm a quick need to get it done colourist, need to get it flat and no speckles on the paper and just want it looking bold and beautiful. So there is our Amethyst. Then we've got the Orchid. How are you all doing? Let me know in the comments. I hope you're doing well. I don't know whether you follow me on social media, but I have decided to try and do a weekly live stream from next week onwards. So I'm going to be live, hopefully every Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's UK time, which I believe is around about lunchtime in the various American time zones. I can't remember. I'll have to put it in the comments so you can see. But I am going to be going live every Tuesday at that time, and we can just have a chat and have a colour together. And I don't see too many live streams. I know you've got the really good ones like Emily Illustrator, but I think live stream, it seems to have dropped off a little bit in the colouring community. And, you know, that's understandable. Everybody's super busy, aren't they? But I thought it'd be nice for us to be able to have a chat, and you can sort of tell me there and then what you think I should do with the page. So this Tuesday, I'm going to be starting off easy, and we're going to do a nice little picture from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. I think most people have got that book, and because it is a small book with smaller illustrations, we're going to be able to hopefully get one of those illustrations complete within the 1 to 2 hours that I'm going to be streaming. So really looking forward to that. I hope it turns out okay. So a lot of the times when I've done live streams in the past, the internet has failed me, and it's really annoying, you know, when you've been doing something and then you realise that the screen has gone frozen. So hopefully that won't happen this time. I'll come back in with the Orchid. I'm just going to do a little bit of Orchid, I think, because I want the rest of this section to be the Amethyst. Thank you for your comments about this background that I put in as well, because like a lot of you have said, you weren't sure when I was first doing it, and neither was I. I was like, is this going to be a complete and total disaster and mess? But even though it is a mess, I think it works. I think you can sort of see that she's stood in the middle of this field and the tall grass and everything. Maybe it's just normal sized grass, normal height grass, and she's just so tiny because she's like a little elf. But it's different anyway. I don't think anybody else has coloured this page like that. So yeah, it's different, and it was an experiment. And it was quick as well. It was fun and it was quick. So just something for you to try, I guess, if you want to have a go. I just want to fill in some more of this Deco Rose here. I feel like it's a bit speckly for my liking. There we go. And then we'll come back in with the Deco Yellow. The Deco Colours, sorry, are beautiful. They used to have a lot more. There used to be a Deco Orange, a Deco Blue, and they were stunning colours. Luckily, because I have the full set of the Prismacolors that took me 4 years to find, I do have the Deco Blue and the Deco Orange, and I do use them because they're just so handy. It's so handy to have a really, really light, pale, vintagey kind of tone or tint of a certain colour. But yeah, I wish they'd bring the charismas back. Oh my goodness. Talking of bringing things back, have you heard, hopefully you have, because I've plastered it everywhere all over social media, have you heard that the gorgeous Swedish colouring book Sagor och Sagna is now available again to buy? It's been picked up by a brand new publisher, and it has been changed. The title's been changed to Fairy Tales and Folklore, but it's still got all of the illustrations that were in the original book, and it's got 10 brand new exclusive ones as well as. So I can't wait. The reason that it came about, if you're not sure, was because I put a petition up online, and I was like, if you want this book back, please sign the petition and we will try and make it happen. Initially, I was petitioning to the original publisher to reprint it again, because people were just desperate to get their hands on this book that had been out of print for so long. And it was such a shame, you know. And I think now that it's coming back, we can do colour alongs in it together, and everybody's got the chance to be able to get a copy because it's going to be readily available on Amazon. So I'm just so excited that we found a publisher to pick it up, and Emily is over the moon as well. Obviously, you know, she's wanted to have her book back in print for a long time, and we got a fantastic publisher on board, Better Day Publishing, and they're just super excited as well to bring it back to the colouring community. So well, if you just type in Amazon Fairy Tales and Folklore, it will come up, but I'll leave you a link in the description in case you can't find it, and you can pre-order it. It's available for pre-order now, or you can go on to colourwithemily.com and you can order it through there, and you'll get a limited edition postcard with that order. So it's up to you how you want to do it, however's easiest, cheapest, best for you. But grab a copy while you can. I don't think it's going to come out of print again. I hope it isn't. But yeah, if you pre-order now, then you're guaranteed to get it on release day. And it's going to be such good quality. It's going to have a hardcover like the previous one did. Beautiful paper. And it's got foiling on the front. And yeah, it's going to look incredible. I'm pretty sure it has some sort of lay flat binding as well. This is information I should know, being very involved in the project, but I'm sure they said it's lay flat. But yeah, I'm so excited. And I was asked to write the foreword for the book, so you'll see a few words from me in the front, which again is like super exciting. I was so honoured to be asked to do that. And yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait to do some colour alongs with you in the book. Maybe that's what we'll work on when it comes out in August. That could be one of our Tuesday live streams, that we start a page in that brand new book. Right, so I've completed the 2 butterfly top halves. Now we need to do the bottom halves. So I'm thinking in these really dark grey areas, we'll get our darkest colour, which is the Amethyst, and hopefully we can go over this because it's quite opaque. Prismacolors are quite opaque. We can go over it and sort of cover up the black a little bit and make it just look like dark purple. So I'll just go over the darkest areas, and then again here. And like I say, with these being quite opaque pencils, you can sometimes cover up the majority of the blackness of the ink and just make it look like a shaded version of the purple. So we'll do that again on this side. Oh, happy Mother's Day as well. It's Sunday, the 10th of March today, and that is Mother's Day here in the UK. I know it's different in the US and probably elsewhere in the world, but this is our Mother's Day today. So happy Mother's Day from one mother to another. I hope you have a lovely day and that you're very spoilt and appreciated, as you should be. I got a handmade card from my youngest. And I tell you what, I'll tell you this, it's so funny. So my kids get pocket money, obviously, but when I came in yesterday from shopping, my youngest said to me, here's your card, I've made you a card. He said the flowers were £8. And I was like, oh, I couldn't see the flowers anywhere. And I was busy putting shopping away. I was like, thank you. And then again, he said the flowers were £8. And I was thinking, he wants me to say like, oh, wow, thank you so much for spending, you know, your pocket money on me. And I just said, great, where are they? I've not seen them yet. And he went, they were £8, so I didn't buy them. Oh, it's hilarious. He's like, they're still in the shop. But yeah, it's the thought, isn't it, that counts. He thought about buying me the flowers. Okay, so that's the purple. Then we've got the orchid. So I'm just going to fill this bit with orchid, I think. We've got some lines that go around, almost like borders. Maybe I'll do that with gel pen. Just fill this up with orchid. I think we're probably going to have to do her top purple as well, just to sort of tie it all in together. And then what if we have a little bit of orchid down here and then blend it upward with pink rose? Let's try that. So we've got a layer of orchid. And then the pink rose we will just blend in at the bottom. And very lightly blend out the rest of the shape. A little bit more there just to make that blend slightly more seamless. And then we'll do the same on this side. Just see if I can do that curl a little bit out of the lines, but I'm not bothered. So we've got our orchid at the bottom, give it a little bit of a hazy transition area, and then pink rose. You see I'm doing this really quickly. Once I get to this stage of a project, I just want to get it finished to move on to the next one. At least we haven't got the washing machine to contend with today and the doctor's surgery. If you were here on the last video of this colour along, there was a lot going on in the background. Okay, so they're pretty much equal, both sides. The only thing is, when you're using very light colours like this, you can tend to drag the ink of the black lines and it looks a little bit muddy, but there's not too much I can do about that. Okay, did I miss anything out? Do we need a little bit of orchid here where we put the amethyst? Yes, we missed this bit, didn't we? There we are. And then I'm going to add some of the Deco Yellow just here and blend that upward with cream. Same again here. Very little spaces, so you get to do them quite quickly. Same on this side, Deco Yellow and cream. Okay, so now we're looking at the bodies. I think we'll go in with our Amethyst for this and just do an amethyst stripe down the inside of the body. And then straight with the pink rose, so we're going to skip the orchid because we've got such a small area to do. So amethyst straight to pink rose on the body. And if we want to redefine that amethyst again, we can do that. We've got the little legs as well, can't forget those. Little arms and legs. And then for the face, why don't we do orchid, just around the outer edge, and then some Deco Yellow blending into the orchid. So we've merged a couple of the different colours together that we haven't used together in the wings, but it all matches up nicely. Might just put a little bit of that Deco Yellow on the edge of the body as well, just to give it an extra bit of something. Like I said, it's not, you know, not what I would usually colour, as in the colour palette that I would use. It's just it's not bright enough, but that's what we've gone for on this page, so I'm sticking with it till the bitter end. Let's get some gel pens out. So I've got above me these Deco Gel Star Sparks, and they always open like this. It's not the best, so I always have to end up putting them back in place, but they are beautiful gel pens. So let's have a look at the colours that we've got here that might work. This one looks to be a purplish colour. We've got a pink as well. Let's test these two out. Oh, we also need a gold for the yellow bits. So I'll put those to one side. We'll get our tester paper out again, and we'll have a look at these colours. Now these are going to be a bit brighter and richer because they're gel ink. But there's the purple. Here's the pink. And here's the gold. So that might just add a little bit of something. Not too much, but a little bit. And also, before I do that, I am going to grab some clear glitter. This is a Spectrum Noir sparkle pen in crystal clear. Give it a shake. And this is just perfectly clear glitter. Don't know whether you can see this on camera. Yeah, you can. But it's just perfectly clear glitter, and it will just go over all of the wing. Give it a bit of magic, because it is a fantasy picture, isn't it? With an elf and the butterflies collecting the hair. So we'll just give it a little bit of magic. So this doesn't affect the pencil underneath because it's completely clear, it's just sparkly. So I'm brushing it over the whole of the wing, even these little curls, the whole of the butterfly, including the body. So there we are. So I'm going to give this a quick blast with the heat gun just to dry off all of the glitter. Okay, I think that's pretty dry. Now we'll go in with some gel pen detailing. So I think I'm going to use the gold on this stripe here. So hopefully this will just elevate it a little bit. Even though we've not gone for bright colours because of the subject of the illustration, we wanted to keep it quite muted. This will give us a bit of magic. So the same on this side. It looks almost like these are see-through because you can see, mind you, I don't know. I can see the top of this wing, so maybe this goes underneath. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to colour it. It's probably, the layers are probably wrong, but I like it like that. I probably will fill this bit in actually with the amethyst, just so that it looks like I know what I'm doing. Like this is the bottom wing is overlapping the top wing. And what else? So I want to bring some of the pink up to the top of the illustration. So let's have this be pink. Maybe we could blend the gel pen into the purple. What about that? Let's give that a go. So I've got the pink down, and then I'm going to put some purple and do a little bit of a blendy technique here. That's quite nice, isn't it? I'll do the same. This one doesn't have a thing across the top, but I think I'm going to create one because I do want them to look, you know, quite symmetrical. What am I doing? So I need the purple first. So I'll just create a bit of a border on this wing. So we've got purple and then blendy bit and then pink. That's nice. Oh, I've not zoomed you in. I've just realised I had to stop the camera because it wasn't, my iPad wasn't charging, and it goes back to not being zoomed then. So there we go. I've missed this little one's neck. Let's get you coloured. And shall we do the same for the bottom bit then as well? Let's get some purple. They're lovely and juicy, these gel pens. I have reviewed them, so you can go and have a look on the channel if you haven't seen them yet. They're incredibly juicy. Just gone quiet while I concentrate. Here we are. And then the same on this side. Try not to smudge it. It's rather difficult. There we go, that's quite nice. I wonder if I put a little bit of gold around the spiral. That might be nice. Let's do this side first. So just following the line around really. And then this side as well. Here we go. So just taking some of those black lines out a little bit. What about this line that comes up here? It's quite nice. And then what about some dots? So let's get some purple on these black dots of the wing. Oh, that one went a bit skewiff. And that one. There's nothing better than a dot. I love adding dots. Let's do it here as well on these. There we go. They're not perfect, but I quite like it. How's it looking on camera? Oh, it's pretty nice. Now we'll focus on the bottom wings a little bit. So I want to do some gold here where we've only got the purples. So I'm going to go over these with gold. And then the same on this side. They are slightly different shapes, but hopefully if I can just match it up enough, it will kind of trick the eye and think that they are two symmetrical butterflies. And then I think we should have a pink line across here. And there's not a defined line, so I'm just making one up and putting it in myself. So shaky. There we go. And maybe I'll continue that line around here. That's nice. This is a dot, so I'm going to fill that in with pink as well. And this one. And then I think we should just finish it with a purple sparkly line across the bottom of the wing. So just following the line. I'm going to turn this a little bit just to make it easier for me. Oops. Okay. I don't know as if I want to do anything on the bodies. I might just leave those as is. I think there should probably be a definite line of gold here because I don't want it to look separated. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that. So let's have a look at the sparkle in action. So that's what it looks like out of the light, which is really nice anyway. And then you bring it into the light and the magic happens. It's pretty. I think it's pretty, but I think it's not detracting from the rest of the image because we've kept it quite subtle, haven't we? Okay, so let's move on to the top. Now I'm thinking we should definitely stick with the pinks and purples on this rather than the yellow, because we've got an awful lot of yellow in the hair and the grass. So let's just stick with the pinks and purples, and that will tie it in with what's going on at the top of the illustration. So let's get our amethyst and do all of our kind of shading. We've got these kind of curls as well here, which I think would benefit from being drawn over to tie them back into the illustration, because they're being hidden at the moment by the grass. Yeah, I've got you on screen. I thought I didn't then. There we go. And I can always come back in with a Posca for those bits if I've got one that will match. I think I have. So I could do with sharpening this one. So we brought those back into the illustration a bit, but I want to check what I've got. I've got this one. This looks like a pastel-y purple. Ah, yes. It might be a bit too bright, but we'll make it work. I can always pretend that this is some kind of extra thing that's going over the top of her, like a neck accessory. So let me just put this on. There we go. That's brought it out a little bit. Yeah, so let's get on with colouring the actual t-shirt then. What if we make it orchid and pink rose? So, and we can always add some amethyst in if we think we need to. So where shall I start here? I'm going to start underneath with the orchid. And I think I'm going to go over this spiral and then just redefine it afterwards. Easier to colour that way. Let's go under this. And I think I'm going to make it so that this is tied together. Whatever it is that she's got on her neck, we're going to tie that together. By the way, that Posca is lavender, just in case you wanted to know which one it is. I'm wondering whether we should give her purple eyes, you know, like a magic fairy purple eyes with glitter. Let's do a bit more shading down here. And then the pink rose, just to blend that out a little bit. I suppose we could do an ombre into the yellow. That might look nice. Bit of a tie-dye ombre look. Bring a little bit more of the orchid back in to make that blend look a little bit smoother. Okay, so then a bit of deco yellow into the pink rose. It will turn the pink rose a little bit peachy, which is quite nice. And I'll just end it at the bottom there. Just come up with the deco yellow and smooth all of the blends out. There we go, that looks quite nice. And then I think we will have some gold for this plate, whatever it is. I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be. It's a bit like a very fancy, elaborate neck plate that you might wear at an Oscars or something. You know, something crazy that some designer has drawn and come up with. And then let's have the purple gel pen as our little crystal spiral. There we go. I think I might actually make the Posca spirals that we did the purple as well, the purple gel pen, because that's going to tie it in. Always changing my mind. Going to twist this a little bit for myself to make it easier. Let's go across and then here. I might even outline the gold in purple as well. And this bit. yeah, let's outline this so that it all ties in and you can see that it's all the same piece of jewellery or whatever it is. I'm rubbish at keeping my hand steady. Look at this side. I've got to be careful of the butterflies though. I'm going to put some paper over there while I do this bit. Just touch up this piece of gold that I messed up with purple. It's a little bit dark, but it'll do. Okay, so this is what we've got. What do you reckon? Pretty nice. Let's do this coil that's on her hair. I don't really know what we'll do that with. Do we think that we should do it in... No, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get a brown, just like a boring brown. This is, yeah, sandbar brown. It's the most boring brown because it's quite greenish and it's a colour that I don't use very often. And let's put that on this because I don't want it to detract from anything. So we'll keep that solidly coloured, boring piece of brown twine or something that these butterflies have found. There we go. And I think we're almost done apart from the eyes. So let's quickly do that. So we could give her gold eyes. Oh my goodness, yes. Let's give her gold eyes. I'm going to do this with the gel pen. Wow, that's really made those eyes pop on the background of the green as well. So let's zoom you out. And here is our finished piece. I'll just take you out of the light so you can see what it looks like. Something stuck there. So there it is out of the light, and then when the light shines, gorgeous gold eyes. What do we think then? So that's the finished piece. I hope you've enjoyed colouring it along with me. And yeah, thank you so much for being so kind and encouraging about the colour alongs. I will definitely be doing more. So I will see you very soon on Colour with Claire.